think I fixed it. If I fix it, I just hit live again. I don't know. We could have. We might have lost, service a little bit. Perhaps. I live up on a hill. Really bad weather out right now too. Well, what it was. It's not as bad as what it was. Yeah, so now I think I'm up and going. And I normally have my stream manager on my phone, but that's where I'm expecting my phone call from, and it kind of like blocks me from seeing that I get a phone call. And I haven't missed it. Nope, I'm still good. Okay, I had to check. Yeah, so about the spec, I was talking to you about the specs. I didn't realize you were gone. 6.8 liter in a straight six. That is a lot of liters for a straight six. I bet that sounds good. And a twin turbo, is it like a sequential twin turbo, or are they both, the same size? The sequential turbos IRL are definitely for truck towing, or it's nice, right? Because you cover, if you were to look at that power band, you cover a low RPM and then mid to whatever range that other, right? Whichever range you're trying to cover with each size of each sequential turbo. But I have a vehicle turboed IRL. We got a dump truck that's an F450. It's got what is it? It's like the 7.3 liter. I think it's got an old turbo in it. I got rid of one of my cars had a turbo. I think I'm turbo free. No, my truck's got a turbo. Never mind. I'm not turbo free. My Ford's got a turbo in it right now. But those are that is a good spec. So now what I've noticed too is how you're going to plant that to the rear end, right? It's like for this car, actually this car here, let's go ahead and start it. Get rid of this trailer real quick too. We don't need this trailer no more. So I like making my cars really crappy. Not crappy, but you know what I mean? Like, not crappy. Like, I don't want to max everything out. I want it like if I had to buy an IRL and I didn't have the money to put a lot into it. This car is too much traction though. And it's too much engine too. Should I try it? Yeah, let's try it. Oh no, wait! I've got a funner car. Last night I was goofing, and the JIMnK. This is no mod. The actual JIMnK car. Where are you? Done so many mods. Everything's removed now. Where did you go? I'm overlooking it, guys. I know I am. It's the square body loose. Oh, what is it called? Where are you, car? I feel like the preview window might be gone of it. Okay. Same size turbos and if yeah, okay. And there's here's this mod, by the way. And there's, by today's standards, I don't design anything on vehicles. I just work on them and race them and stuff. So I think today, I wonder even if sequential turbos are the thing still, or if they came up with something else. Where's this car at? So here's the Ibushu. So here, Ibushu. I can't say it right now. Here's what I've got all souped up, but was it a mod that I did last night? I don't know how to mod these, but I try. Huh. I bet I've removed it. Or is it the Savetta? Oh, it was the Savetta. I'm a goober. And I made, okay, so here's what I did. I made it look like it was, this is someone's skin. I'm not sure whose mod skin this, but I made it look like it was a Ferrari. And I made it look like it's burnt out. And reliability, that and just, it's just more practical, because daily driving, the conditions that you would need extreme turbo at a specific RPM, kind of bandwidth would be, or RPM torque width, or whatever you want to say, you know, would be very specific. So yeah, it's more economical to spread out what you're aiding to that engine with, you know, of course, right, with your pooing out exhaust gas. I had a 1970 something Datsun 280ZX, and me and my father, I think, okay, I'll say it this way. I knew someone and their father who drove it down the road because they didn't have their license yet. I don't know who they were, but I knew them. And the damn turbo was locked up on it, and it was cherry red after about a quarter mile to a half mile, and I had to turn around. And that's one car. I still have that car back several states away from living now, but that old Datsun 280ZX, right? They turned into Nissan. The car people know that. Yeah, like for towing trucks. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's more what my mind thinks of. It's because I usually just drive trucks and, you know, usually towing a UTV or something, right? Or scrap steel or getting doing something with a truck. So I'm usually in the mind of trucks. Vehicles, though, I mean, some of the cars, I haven't driven anything too, you know, like really expensive with like really a state-of-the-art turbo system. But I feel like a lot of the cars that I have driven in the past probably 8 years have been like a lot of turbo lag. Like it's when you're like merging and unmerging, you're not like super, you know, like comfortable with it. You're like, okay, when's that? And then finally when it kicks in, you've got that power and everything. The Land Cruiser has a twin turbo. 7679 Land Cruiser. Oh, it's crazy that if you ever, definitely diesel engines back, right? They definitely needed the turbos back in their earlier generations, and they didn't have turbos back then. I don't know if you ever. Let's start this car and try driving it. I didn't know if you ever driven a car that's a turboed like diesel from like the 90s or 80s or 70s, or not turboed, a diesel unturboed from that time. They're like old dogs that's just blowing out smoke and just no power. It's crazy. I don't even know who manufactured the first turbo. It probably wasn't in the States, was it? Oh, I don't know which engine I put in this. I think I put the a 2.8 liter. Under the front subframe. Then I put this hood on here to make it look really bad. Anyways, my point with this car is when you play BeamNG, these are notoriously loose in the rear. So I have the adapter modification. So I done different rims. I done a different setup on the rear end, and I lowered the ride height. You have to anyways because it's a lighter engine, and the butt was, the rear of it sitting up. I messed with the dampening some, and now it's not like really all that bad, to be honest. I'm always an inside camera person. I gotta try it out on the inside camera. And then I do perspective. I make it try and change my perspective. Get it comfortable per vehicle. I don't know if you guys do that. Up and it has a lot to give. Yeah. So that the dump truck I was telling you about, the F450, it's a early 2000s, or would you call it mid 2000s, whatever. And with it, like say you got like 2.5, 3 ton in the back. I think you're about what you'll have of over direct payload. And I mean, if you're not in that torque band, you're not going anywhere. And there's sometimes to where, because it's geared so I would call it high, right? It's geared like you're talking like 456 gears. I don't actually know. It's like might be 480s or something in those F450s. So you almost, even though you need to shift several more times, you find yourself staying in one gear because you're like, I'm in that torque band. I've got so much weight. You might be towing something too, and you're like, I don't want to miss a gear and it not take. And because a lot of those older ones, the manual transmissions, the synchronizers don't match up that well. Sometimes you do got to give that little whop, like you see people do a lot. Let's see if this thing tries to do better. Always brake drag for a little while because I cold start everything. Everything starts going, ooh, okay, she's still loose. Let's Spin around the first gear and keep going. That is really loose. Maybe I didn't save it. You can feel it float right there. This is one of those cars too that you don't want to get full throttle on when you're in the turn at all. I don't know automation, the racetrack yet. I do the Hiroshima, is that what it's called? I've raced a lot of laps there. I'm not pushing it yet. Let the rear try to come loose, and that was like, okay, it looked like it was 40% throttle. I swear, there's no making this car not, without going with unrealistic sticky rear tires or something, there's no making this car like crazy performance. I should be able to full speed this turn. Oh, nope, loose. Let's see what we did. I swear in real life too, you know, well, not on racetrack, I don't race pavement or nothing, but you know, when cars give, let's say, I know people who know this, we'll say that, when some cars give, especially newer cars, they give, right? So I'm clicking my fingers, like, it's instant, compared to like driving like one of my old 60s Camaro, late 60s, well, I'll say the year 67, the first year they were out. Like driving it, I go into a turn, it's leaning, I feel it leaning, I almost feel a little bit of buckling because it's, you know, a unibody with a front clip, you know, and but newer cars though, it's different to read. I mean, that from friction to no friction loss point is very hard to detect before you lose that, you know. But sorry, this isn't more funner, guys. I wasn't really planning to start the stream yet. I was gonna go and do what make sure I didn't miss my phone call. Oh, I know what I want to do. I'll take you guys to I haven't cleared the cache, so it's still edited. So what I like to do on oh, I'm sorry, I moved my phone. I can't read the text. Yeah, so let me go big cam. Let's see. My stream deck is connected to the other PC right now. There we go. Okay, so I'm using the Fanatec right now, and I've got it all jigged together. Like I said, I haven't like drafted anything because I like to mock stuff up first if I am gonna design anything. So I got the Fanatec, the CS DLL or something like that. The box is probably somewhere in the background. I'm not sure. And then the Fanatec BMW steering wheel, and I got the PC version of it because I didn't want to see like Y and just stuff like that. And then I went with Moza Racing for the shifter, and it's the 7-speed shifter they have, and then the Moza handbrake. And then I use my Logitech flight yoke these will like control my rollbacks and stuff. One will, you know, and these switches will control outriggers and ride height and all that. And then I made this steering wheel because I got an extra coupling whenever they sent it to me, and this is off one of the racing shifter carts. It's surreal wheel. But the problem with it is though, is when you're in the cart, your shaft angle points down, right? You're holding it like this. Whereas this, if you notice how it tilts like this, so you end up holding your hands up here when you drive it, which isn't like completely natural for it's kind of like a crude GT wheel, racing wheel. But yeah, so that's my rig that I've been racing on. Or not racing, I not say racing. Yeah, so the reverse is, see, I'm not sure which part of the world you're from, but I'm from the States, and you know the reverse for me is in the wrong place. You know, it's all the way to the left and up, and then 7th is all the way to the right, push down and up. And you know, to me, oh Gosh, I mean, I've driven cars of all years in my lifetime. I'm not new. I mean, however old you want to say. But and reverse has always been, where it's always at right all the way over and back. In most of those cars, all the way over to the right and back. And it that part kind of gets like throws me off, but it's not like when you're playing these games, you're thrown into reverse a whole lot. Oh, I'm sorry, my friend. I didn't realize you had left. But yeah, it's a 7-speed, and the seventh gear is all the way over. And then you can use like third and fourth and use it just to kind of do like the more ratchet shifting and stuff. Okay, so here. I don't have anything set up, but what I want to do is I love role playing, right? I'm like a big kid. This is not I'm gonna pretend like this ain't mine. Fuck that. Oh no, I didn't save it. No. I should have saved it. I deleted all of this and I got rid of all this in this lot, all of this, and I put this like really crappy trailer from the trailer park thing over here, and that was gonna be my it was gonna be my place where I tow from. And I usually, let's see if we can bog this guy down too with our AI. Always max it out. All the way. How much? All of it. All of it. Got to set to my stream deck. The stream deck is awesome for this. Oh, your muscle gear has 7 gears for torque reasons? Yeah, that's actually really helpful. If I ever redid one of my old muscle cars and made it modern, I would put a one of those constant velocity transmissions or something in it. I've got the the Camaro has a 2-speed power glide. I don't know if you've ever heard of those. It literally is 2 speeds. Like, I mean, other than reverse, okay, it's not really, there's not really 2 gears, right? I mean, you've got 2 gears forward, 1 gear reverse, and then you got park, if that makes sense, right? It's not like on the column like a 60s or a 50s Ford Crestline or something. If you ever drove one of those on the tree, they call it on the tree, shifting on the tree like that. Those are weird. Yeah, mine is a 2-speed power glide, and the reason why a lot of people hear that transmission and they know about it is because every late model modified, a lot of dirt track racing, even derby cars sometimes will use the 2-speed power glides. So I had 2 gears, and when I would get up to like 60, 65, I mean I'd be turning like 3,500 RPM. I was geared more for I always had my muscle cars. I didn't call them muscle cars back then. I mean, I'm just saying muscle cars now, so you know what I'm talking about. But I always had them geared more for like 1/8 mile, quarter mile fun stuff, The highway, yeah. So when there's a period of time where I went to college years ago back home, and I drove it a long distance to the university, and it sucked to drive on the highway with just those 2 gears. And then I ended up getting a 68 Chevelle. Well, I had a 70 Chevelle too. The 68 Chevelle, it's got a, that 350 turbo transmission that we all use. Everyone, it's like one of the tried and tested, like, it's got overdrive, it's not a bad tranny. But for it though, the transmission's fine. But for my 68 Chevelle, the rear end has 456 gears in the rear end. So it completely geared for quarter. And then, oh no, that was the 70. The 70 Chevelle used to have the 454 engine in it too. I had a 454 and a 70 Chevelle. That thing was, that was fun. It was fun to impress people with. You could I'll say it this way. I knew people who would take bolts and uncap their headers a little bit back then. And as I say, back in the late 90s and early 2000s, cops weren't that upset about it. And the 454 would sound incredible, but you would lose a lot of your energy, a lot of your torque, a lot of your horsepower is lost in just the weight of turning the engine itself. That was the problem with the 454. But for someone like me who just wanted it to have fun and, just impress people or whatever, right? Whatever we do back, it was fun to have the 454. And then to say that it was a big block too. But I don't know. I think one of my favorite engines that that at least has been, I've never had it in a vehicle. We had a 377, was it 377? It was a dirt track, circle dirt track racing engine. I mean, it was, it wouldn't run on pump gas at all. You're talking ridiculous horsepower. I mean, for what it is, right? You're talking like 750, 800 horsepower. And it's using every bit of the gas to get it and all that stuff. It's dumb horsepower, what I call it, right? Back in our day, we used the dumb horsepower. I think it was my favorite engine, though, because it wasn't a high RPM spec engine just because of, the crank and everything it had in it. And, I mean, it was built well, but it had such a good cam duration lobe, how you get that exhaust and intake duration overlap and you get that chug. It had that so well. And then just it being a 377, being a stroker like that, it just has such a deep tone to it. I don't know, I think it'd be my favorite engine just to, Oh, okay. There's some cars that are, but yeah, I've definitely noticed that in my travels quite a bit that, like a Ford Focus over in Europe is nothing like a Ford Focus here in the States. I mean, not just for the fact of diesel, too, but oh, here, let me get off the screen of myself, guys. Sorry. As you guys can tell, I'm a talker. I like talking to people. Sorry. This is the pink mouse. Let's make Jim's head disappear. Oh, so you guys really didn't... I don't know if you saw it or not. Yeah, so this was all supposed to be deleted. I just forgot to save it. And I should do it the right way. But I just didn't... I don't know. Like, I want to... Like, me too. That's why I tell people that's... Like one of the reasons why I stream and do this. It's the older you get, you don't... Notoriety isn't what people think it is. You don't want notoriety. You want connections with people that matter. Oh, thank you for the follow, by the way, Q1. I didn't see it. It's not about notoriety as you get older. When I was a young musician, because I was talking to someone earlier about music, I wanted that fame and stuff when I was and that's why I pushed myself so much with all the instruments I did and all that. And then as I got older, I realized I was like, oh, heavens no, I don't want that. You want your privacy, you want your peace, but if you're someone like me and I don't know, to fill my loneliness gap, and I just love to help people too, maybe if they're just going through anything or if they just want someone cool to talk to. I don't know, that's what I don't know, it's kind of like, that's why I do it. It's for the talks. So you're right. And then I get distracted though, and I don't game, and so I kind of lose viewers sometimes when I do that. But that's me though. You know what I mean? I'm always going to be me. But and the thing about talks is I've met so many people from around the world. I've been on engineering teams with people from France. We had a British team, a Brazilian team, Spanish team, of course, us in the States. We had a place in Mexico. I mean, I've worked with a lot of people, and in some of my most enjoyable moments is like when it's like it's lunchtime, or we just get a one-on-one, and I get to learn about the culture. And one thing like I love about the European, definitely the Spanish, is on their birthday they give instead of take. Oh yeah, actually, let me click this. I do have it. Where are we at? Here we go. There we go. I just don't have the stream deck set up. But I really love the Spanish culture, and you learn this from talking, right? But I really love the idea of on your birthday and stuff like that, instead of, what do I get? It's what can I give? I really love that. I love all my foreign friends I've worked with, always mad respect. Probably never work with any of them again. I'll probably just consider myself retired. But yeah, absolutely. That's one reason I left, working jobs that took me abroad is I think I said this last stream. I missed the birthday of my daughter, and it was her first birthday too. And it bothered me because I was, I was kind of secluded in a country by myself. I had no one else there with me. They usually would just send me by myself, and I'd meet whatever team wherever. And I was like, man, like I'm gonna have to change this. This is so I shifted myself away from all that because, as you say, the just getting to talk to even your loved ones too. I mean, even being around your loved ones is incredible. I think, there's so much. Because I do more stuff from home now. And there's when the kids get home from school, there's like so much. I don't know. It's just life is just much more interesting than it was when I was just gone all the time, Gone. I'd be gone for 2 months at a time. I'd go to somewhere in the States and have to head off something for months and be in extended stay hotels. And, back then it was always flying. Well, it is now, I guess. But, you see, I'm that way too. Giving makes me feel better because you're right. We all have our vulnerabilities, and I think my emotional vulnerability is feeling like I'm greedy, and I don't really think I've ever been accused of that, and I don't think I am, but I know I have an issue with being scared of being perceived that, and that's not the only reason I do it though. But that's one thing I think it's inlaid to me is like I don't want to ever be seen as greedy, but again I'm not though, and that's not why I'm not greedy. I'm just, I guess I'm different. I don't know. It doesn't mean like I'm naive or nothing. I mean, I know the art of the deal. I know, I got that mask we all put on, right? I got my business mask. But when it comes down to it, though, it's just. Oh, I think I missed another follow too. Sorry, Jacqueline, I missed your follow. I'm bad. I really do appreciate the follows. I really do. But South Africa. So what's it like right now? Or is what's it like right now in South Africa for you? How's your? What would be the time? Time zone's a little bit ahead of East Coast, right? Or right on almost. I'm not sure what time it would be for you. Regardless, though, hopefully you're having a not bad the usual. That's good. That's good. So you design a lot in automation though, because right, you were saying earlier. Let me scroll through here. You were saying that you built the muscle car. Are you able to share that to me through Twitter? Your muscle car? Because I don't have my Discord set up yet for. Well, I kind of do, but not really for public yet. But I mean, if you want me to drive it, I won't be able to drive it right now. And of course, I'm not going to open it on stream. Trust but verify, right? That's always what I tell people. Of course, I'll open it off stream, look at it and everything. But if you're not able to though, I'll when I get back from running my errand here, check my phone, make sure I'm not missing this too. No, we're still good. Okay. When I get back, I'm gonna play some Apex, but we can come back around to JIMnK at night if you guys aren't bored. And the multiplayer too. The multiplayer. How many people can we have in that server, by the way? Smart kid. Just saying your name normal makes it sound like makes me sound like a smart ass. Smart kid. I have one sound. Oh, okay. I'd say because I have more gamers in my house that game JIMnK. Like I said, my oldest son, my teenager, he's surpassed me in knowledge of, because I started to apply like my CATIA and SolidWorks and whatever, right? I started applying all that 3D modeling, real stuff into like Blender, and I was like, okay, I should be able to transition easy into this and make my own, mods, and make them like detailed, because I've designed things on real world things that I know how it should operate. I understand that stuff somewhat, to a little bit, right? And I tried to do it on Blender and tried it, and it's so difficult. I have so much respect, and my son designs a lot of automation. I haven't tried it yet. I know it's been around for years, but he designs a lot of cars on it. But I thought it would be a one for one for me. I thought I would jump in there and be like, oh, I got this. But it's different. The whole process is different. Designing something to be rendered in a software versus designing something to be rendered into a larger build assembly and then drafted onto a assembly print for production, then to follow said rules and all blah blah blah. Right? I thought it'd be easier. I tell you what, though, I can make some really good, just simple brackets and stuff for this game. No. Yes. Okay. This is smart kid. This is ironic you mentioned this. So 2 nights ago, I discovered him for the first time. And is 86 his age? If so, he's the same age as me. Because I was watching him, like, well, this is a very interesting person. And I was like, he's very funny. And I was like, he's very smart. And then I was like, I don't understand any of it, though. Dang it. But he's explaining it so good, and I still don't understand it. No, I just need to watch some. I watched one of his engine swap videos. So I'll just shout out to. So how do you pronounce his name? Filmin 86, right? Yeah. So shout out to Filmin 86. If that's who I think it is, right? Yeah, I think that's who it is. Yeah, I just subscribed actually 2 days ago. It's ironic. And like I said, so intelligent. It's like, oh my goodness. It's but I still have hope though, because I feel like if I can learn some of this, I could design even like pulley systems and stuff to do construction stuff for people, if people like mocking that, because I love mocking construction. I love that this paid mod that this rotator that I got. The color doesn't matter. We'll go white. On there. I don't remember who actually made this mod, but they did an incredible job. And when I bought it, it came. He also, of course, he gives the support for it, and he had a boat, and I think that came with this. But then I love those two so much. He hasn't done the interior yet in it. The person modding this, but it's so perfect though. Like, I don't even care. I mean, so if you look, all you guys can't see with this hand here, I can all outriggers out. Oh wait, all outriggers out. Wait, let's start it first. There we go. All outriggers out. He has the controls in this too. The only bad thing about the way I have it set up here now is when I go, oh, that's down. So now when I go for the outriggers down, they all go down at the same time. And I've never ran a rotator. All right, I don't even have a CDL license. But I've ran a lot of construction equipment that uses outriggers a lot. And you don't, you want individual control over your outriggers, which he gives that in the game. We have the, here, let's zoom in on this a little bit here. You can like say this is this outrigger, so you can push this outrigger down, and they go down a good ways. It's got rear outriggers, and what's cool though is for role play, right? You can hit F, come out here. That's really high, and it feels like we're short because it's in the air so much. Here's the rear outriggers, these back here, and then the rotator you click, right? I mean, I know they've had that in a while, but he used that as well. Lift. I can't remember how to say. I got lift in, lift out, tilt negative. Oh, I'm not in the vehicle. I got in. Oh, the wrong mouse is why. Whoops. Tilt negative. Let's zoom out on this too. I can do the perspective and line it up. I just want to take time. And what I like about it too is you could use this to haul with. Oh, sorry. Let me zoom down here. I'm missing all your guys' chat. Buddy, I had it still scrolled up. Um, I've I've done some fun recoveries, and I want to do it on stream too. But I want to set it up to where it's not boring for you guys, because I mean, any of you who've played BeamNG, you know, there's a lot of sometimes there's boring setup time. You know, like it might take me 10 minutes to real quick make up a mock towing place here, you know, by just adding whatever asset buildings in and everything. But I think what I want to do is do the scenario of like the accident. Like I do it all the time. Like I took um, a city bus and wrecked it off the side of a bridge, and this rotator actually picked it up, and it was really realistic. And I don't do the node grab where you kind of cheat and do that. I try to make myself do it the real way. I love stuff like that though. But I want to set it up to where I have like the video of me driving a vehicle, and that is the accident, and I just click play on it from the stream deck or whatever. That way you guys see what it is, and that way you guys don't have to deal with all the setup time, and I can just jump in and drive it and do it. I mean, this is on top of, you know, Apex. I mean, I'm always gonna be an Apex junkie. This is an awesome paid mod. I really oh, and I've got this to work with these levers in my hand here. So these are the Logitech flight yoke levers. And a good way to set these up, let's just pause it. If you're wanting it to be kind of real, and I could probably do all this and not have to use Logitech and make it, but I'd have to get a little smarter. Let's see. Vehicle specific. Where is the boom up and down? So this is up. There's one that does up and down. Right? Let's still even this, rotate right. Well, I don't really have this one set up right, but usually you want a dead zone starting in the beginning of it. Because when you use these, you don't want to, because these lock in, which is its own signature of a key when it locks to. That's an input, which if we found it here, you know, we could look at it, but I'm going to take time to that. And then I dead zone the top, and then I could set this up different to where, you know, I dead zone the ends maybe. That's probably really what I should do, because I'm missing all of this movement here. And I'm doing everything I need to within this motion. Yeah, I'll reset that actually. Dang it, I thought I was going to show you something clever. It's the same for this, right? So all of these, is it? Yeah, I set these all up the same, didn't I? I've changed my style though, like this beginning dead zone, because as soon as you pop it up, it starts working. Like as soon as it comes unclicked, from there, it's working, and I hate that. So I need to go through and, you know, save it and give it. Oh, let's just go expand it back, and we want no curve on that at all. And then there, we'll dead zone the beginning of it. There we go. I'll apply one like that. But that's what I've been having so much fun with this thing. And these cables drop down, I don't know, I'm going to say maybe 100 foot, something like that, somewhere in that range. And it picks up a lot too. And it's realistic. So like, you know, whenever you're picking anything up, you know, your strongest way to pick up, of course, is your boom tucked in. And if you can get a raise, that's good, because you don't want it, you know, more linear. Just like a cable being stretched, you get all the way to the cable itself, pulling it down. Same idea with this beam. So you'd want it all the way. Oh, I paused it. You'd want it all the way up, and then if you're looking at an engine, like an engineering, just a very simple, where all your forces are transferring from. When you're lifting here, as long as you're lifting behind you, all of your strength is the length of the vehicle, plus your outriggers too. As soon as you start to pivot from side to side, it's like taking, you know, your I don't know, it's like pivoting at the fulcrum point, and then while you're doing that, you're just shortening your base point of stability, I guess would be the way to say it. So it's very realistic, is what I'm getting at. If I send you Discord, yeah. Were you going to send it on here? I need to make my Discord. Click on it just real quick while we're talking. I need to. Is it not on this computer? I've played it a lot, but I've never really played it like. I've just always, it's always like my, like I would play stressor games that like Apex Ranked or something like that, and then I would switch to this to like unwind, uh, because this is like my guilty pleasure is like you know, I've always wanted to just not have to use my brain, not have to be responsible for a lot of stuff, right? And just run a rotator or something, And no, not that it's not using your brain, by the way, but because it's very complicated. But I mean, not like it's different. I don't know, not be responsible for hundreds of people, right? You're just running your vehicle and following rules, and I've always wanted to do that. So when I get on JIMnK, I do that, and then I build the trashiest vehicles. Not build, I config them, right? I mean, I can't really say that I build them, but for everything I do, that rotator is like so beautiful and overkill. But when I role play and pretend like I'm doing stuff, let's see, let's pick one of my crapsters. Where would have it? Okay, I got some good crappies here. My beater farm truck, beater scout. So like this is a good one. Because I made this one look like it was like pieced together. Oh yeah, you can ask the question, absolutely. I made it look like it's pieced together. Of course, like, I mean, those are way overkill hubs. Hubs in a vehicle like this, in a truck like this, you fill it in the steering wheel. You want very big shock dampeners up here. All this is independent front end. This isn't realistic. I'd have a solid axle in the front of that, really. Well, I should have built it. But anyway, see my toe thing there? See how ugly it is? I like it that way. It's more realistic to me. I usually go with the ugly interior. I make the steering wheel disappear because I have mine in front of me. It's a dually, but then those pieces, I take pieces off to make it, worse. I could do that. Config a car for you. I think that'd be fun. What would you be? Because I'll do it for both of us. I'll drive it too. What? Like a truck? Like what? Like, do you like role playing? Do you like role playing like you're in truck, like a race car, a street tune car? I sometimes, I'm not, low key. I'll drive a grandma car and enjoy it. Enjoy the heck out of it, actually. Well, of course, there's like really crazy good models too of it too, though. 200B. Hey, that's my favorite too. Okay, let me show you my build. Fast car. So if you notice, right, I do stupid spelling and in some things tip to base. I don't know what that's about. But so which is my the fast car, slower, stable. So this is the one I had at the beginning of the stream. It's got a hitch, and when I started the stream, I had a trailer connect to it. Before the stream crashed, it crashed earlier. But like, okay, so here, not this one. It's got too much traction. I think this one is one of my favorite. And I know to most people, they're like, that is ugly. Why do you like that? Because it looks realistic. It looks like I just took a trailer, in my truck over and picked this up out of someone's front yard, and it's just barely running right. So let's see. Let's start. It handles really good too. Oh, I'm still paused. I got all the volume turned down. Oh, that's right. We got all the traffic spawn too. But it's really stable. Squeeze through there. Never drive on the outside view. Oh wow. I was talking about how stable we was. We pushed a little bit there. I should have slowed down a bit. But I mean, this isn't like a real like me and my son will, my older son we'll do some crazy fun builds, and then we'll have like a we'll have like what I'll do is I'll put a and get both of the mods in the game. Really, I mean, if you're new to BeamNG Drive, I'm probably not I play it more for fun. I bet there's several people in chat smarter than me right now in one of the platforms here that, at JIMnK. Um, but no, like if I do a config though, is a car like this fun? Like, do you think something that, is that you know everything already about it? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so if I do a config, okay. Got you. So you already know it. You just want to. I wonder what we could do that would be fun. So like one thing I did, I like having themes or like ideas. Like one thing I did, I took the map that was the uphill map, also the downhill road map, and I created a dragster sort of car that I could drag race all the way up the hill and keep the wheels, the rear end planted and keeping it, going all the way up, and that was fun. Uh, I know there's a lot of scenarios in the game itself. Uh, a veteran that doesn't have experience in on the field. Oh, gotcha. Oh, a drag car that is also street legal. Yeah, I had one that I of this one that I config of it. Oh, I thought one of these was who writes this stuff. I tell you what. Same one as it. I think this one is the one I had a ridiculous amount of traction in. One of them had way too much traction. This one I like. This is the one I put together last night. Just because I like the rims. I don't know. And I feel like exactly like that. I would totally drive that. Oof, you talk about a lot of, you really want that lash to hold up good. You're getting a lot of upward wind on that, aren't you? Yeah, from watching the the YouTuber that we were talking about earlier, it does seem like, a lot of that, like making an engine out of a different car work for another car. It doesn't seem that bad. Definitely the way he explains it, and doesn't seem too horrible at least. Yeah, you're probably way more experienced than I am at this game. You notice how I put the tow hitch on it? I mean, that's how I did, that's how I towed the trailer for you guys. I mean, I had to have the tow hitch. I put a smaller engine in this one. This has got the big engine, doesn't it? Yeah, we can't clutch pop it either because we have our final drive is set up to go. I think I was at Autobahn on this car. So this car, this for your base build, yeah. Um, so for this, I took it to the Autobahn map and then I tried to see what my top end could be before, I blew the engine. And then I geared it that way, so the gearing, instead of being like what it should be, like maybe 410, it's probably geared like 2 point something, which is ridiculous, right? Most vehicles, your economy highway drivers, vehicles like trucks and vans, or what's their gear ratio usually? What's my truck? Like a 355, something like that, 3.55. Um, let's see real quick what I've got this set up. Oh, 478. No, okay, never mind. Oh, that's right. I set it up so we could, yeah, I had to set it up with this better. Because with it set up with a 478 instead of all the way down here is, here actually we'll go to 5 or something. It doesn't really matter. It lets me work through all of the 6 gears, because the way I do it is like, okay, whatever track I'm racing on with the car that I'm configuring, if I can only make it to 4th gear and I've got a 6-speed transmission, I'm lowering that final gear to where I'm using all of my shifting, instead of just using those 2 or 3 gears and stretching them out to be longer to get more speed or whatever, right? I do that. Oh, let me check my phone, guys. I have not missed it yet. Very good. Yeah, and I'll be only be gone for an hour. But then we're gonna come back with Apex, though. I hope you guys like Apex. I've got so many. So I think my favorite I think my favorite altogether of the T series right now is the low backs. I've got, let's see, gym rollbacks. Here's one I did flashy. Because if you ever see these guys IRL, they always make the records really flashy. For one, you can see them, and for another too, you notice their name, and they got their whatever on the side and everything like that. So this one's a more flashy one, and all this works too. And I have all this set up to a lot of this stuff. See that work in that one? Well, you can't. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah. See. Let's see. I usually for the vehicle config load. I tend to do crappy ones though. T82 base butt browner. Don't question my naming abilities. I gotta make it funny or else I won't name it. So another thing I do too is I'll tow heavy things. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So just send a message. Let me copy this on this right now. Let me see if Discord opens on this computer. Pull it over here. I'm having to log into my Discord on my streaming PC first. There we go. So your name is identical on Discord, you said? Well, let's type this in now. And then, the way I have it typed in. Ready? Shabba-ba-ba-ba-boom. La-ba-ba-boom. Alrighty. Let me search for you. Which keyboard? I got so many keyboards. Oh yes, for the streaming PC. I've been using a lot of, a shout out to High Ground. Shout out to Wooting. I use both your products, by the way. I know you guys aren't friends. But I use both your keyboards. This, though, for the streaming PC here lately, I've been using this wireless. Can you guys see me? Yeah, you can kind of see it. Yeah, it's the Republic of Gamers 60%er. I just use it because it's wireless. That's my deafen button. Okay, my friend, I have you. So the 4K capture utility, does anyone else mess with that from Elgato? No disrespect to Elgato, but the impact on that is it's crazy what it does to my computer. Okay, so I've got your name typed down, and then I'm going to send it, because I got my, let me make sure. Yeah, I got my text in. So I'm going to have to head out and run my errand. Probably, I think an hour, about that. We'll drive a lot better than what we did here. No, when we come back, though, I'm so excited, first off, for everyone who came in here and talked to me. And I'm also excited that there's a lot of interest in BeamNG Drive, because that's something that I love, and it's expressive and, almost one, kind of with the real world in a way. But when we come back, though, I'm going to go and play. I know everyone's scared to play Apex. But I'm just gonna play it. We're gonna play some ranked. We're gonna be a little bit rusty, but you know, for the hopefully because of the grace of our guitar playing, it keeps us in. Hopefully we stay somewhat and we're not horrible because of that. You haven't got anything yet? Well, I wrote your name. I've got your name saved down, and then I'm gonna, as soon as I end the stream, I'm gonna send it because I'm gonna open up Discord on this computer right here. But I don't want you guys to, you know, I'm not gonna open my Discord in front of you guys. The things my boys and my kids sit in there. I know curse words, but still I don't want to embarrass them. But so yeah, so as soon as I end the stream, I'm gonna send it to you from this computer, but I have it saved to this one. Wait, let me make sure though. Make sure I get it right. Gotcha. And then I'm gonna take a note too of is the meeting final? I just now read that, JK. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna write. And for yeah, you were right. Was JK? Were you wanting to do the? Or wait, that was Smart Kid. You were wanting to do multiplayer, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna take note of that. That way I don't forget. You know what I mean? That way if you guys come back and we're playing BeamNG Drive, let's do it. Let's do what we say we're gonna do. Let's have some fun. Okay, I'm gonna save it. So here's the guys. I'm old school. I'll just save it in the notepad. And then for you, as you can tell, you know, sort of my background. I do like a minute of the meeting to take down notes. And then for you, I'll send you that a message. And we'll try some crazy configs on some cars. I usually do them like I said, like realistically crappy. Let's see, save as. Let's just save as to desktop. It doesn't matter. Let's save it to temp transfer. Yeah, I know where that folder's at. We'll save it there. I gotta have a folder comma between the computers. I'm picky like that. And shall we go? Okay, I've got that wrote down now. I won't forget, I promise. Okay, friends, it was so awesome talking to all of you guys. I'll be back in I think an hour and a half. An hour, I know I say around that. We'll see. Depends on how bad the snow is. I drive like an old man. Saves me gas. Okay. Oh wait, why did it not show me your invite at done asterisks? Understeers in the lots. Yeah. I have I was looking through one of my old phone photos that I backed up, and back in my Appalachian America times, back in the East Coast times, I've got some funny photos of cars, stuff that's car related that I think you guys definitely, you BeamNG fans would find funny as heck. There was one car, they used like 10 rolls of duct tape to fix like 2 broken missing windows. It was just like NASCAR. I mean, okay, friends, here, let's go big cam so I can say bye. Boom. Okay, so I will see you guys in an hour and a half, but we're gonna go to Apex, so all this right here will be gone, and then we're gonna set up. We're gonna use High Ground's mouse pad, and probably Wu-Ting's keyboard. Like I said, sorry guys, I know you guys don't like each other, but I love your guys' products. And I'm gonna use it. And on my Wu-Ting keyboard, I've got a 100 Thieves High Ground keycap set. Anyway, all right, friends, I'll see you guys in a bit.